Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to y'all about my DIY curtain rods. So a couple weekends ago, Jonathan and I decided that because of the heat in our house and just dealing with that during the summer months, we've talked about this multiple times on my vlogs and my channel, and if you follow my Instagram, I know you've seen the continuing saga of trying to keep our house cooler. One of the steps that we did to try to combat the heat in this house is installing our own curtain rods. Now, I've shown my windows 100 times, but I have very tall, big windows like those right there behind me. I have 7 of them total. Basically, this whole side of my house from here all the way around is nothing but floor to ceiling windows, and it was going to be extremely expensive to get curtains and curtain rods for them the traditional way. I looked into it, and the span of our windows is between 35 and 48 inches, depending on the window. Like these two are 35. These 3 right here are 48. And then the one over here is actually one large window. It's this one right here is one large window, and that one is 102, I believe. So finding curtain rods in those sizes was pretty expensive to impossible. The 102 one was nearly impossible to find. I think we may have eventually found one, but the pricing would have costed, I mean, to curtain all these windows would have been over $1,000 between just the rods and the actual curtains. So I decided, I remember reading a Pinterest article years and years ago about a DIY curtain project using wooden dowels and shower curtains. So a couple weekends ago, Jonathan and I went and ran a couple errands, and we went to Burlington, which is like a outlet type store, if you're not familiar with it, and they have home goods as well as clothing. And so we picked up some curtains from there. So the one bad thing is that because it's an outlet type store, you're not guaranteed to be able to find multiples of the same item. So we did have to change, we couldn't have all of our windows be the same, and that's okay. It actually worked out great. Let me show you the curtains that we ended up picking out. So for the kitchen, we picked out these, and like I said, this is 35, and then it is 60 inches, I believe, is how tall it was. 5 feet? That doesn't seem right. No, it was 6 feet. It was 72 inches. And you can see it's not a perfect installation, but I'll break down all that for y'all more in just a moment. But you can see, I mean, they look really nice. They usually have the command hooks covered up. But yeah, it's a wooden dowel, a curtain. Those end pieces are just drawer pulls and the command hooks, but I'm supposed to be showing y'all the curtains, so but okay, so these are the curtains. We picked out these for the kitchen as well as the living room. These are the ones that we got for the dining room, like a silvery sheer, but it's not like totally sheer. Obviously you can see there's some light coming in, but it's not super bright. And these windows were 48 inches by 72 inches, all 3 of them. And then here's the living room. Now this one, we still need to get a panel for right there if we decide to do that, because this one is 102 inches, and they just don't sell single panel ones. And I believe we bought the only 2, because each set comes with 2 curtains. So, we bought the only 2 sets of this pattern, which is super pretty. I really like it a lot. We picked this out first and then found ones that were complementary, which are those shimmery silver sheer ones right there. So when we went to Burlington, we looked at curtains first. We also looked at shower curtains, but there weren't any that were dark enough and that were nice enough to have in like a grown-up space. So the curtains were out. I mean, the shower curtain idea was out, but it was okay because these were for the ones right here, they were $20 for 2, so $40 for the 4. And then for these, they were $10 for 2, so $30 each. I mean, $30 total. And then after leaving Burlington, we went to Lowe's and we picked up the dowels and the command hooks and spray paint and the drawer pulls. The other item that you will need is a hot glue gun. All right, so I do have some footage from that Sunday that we installed everything and took care of everything. And let me just show you what we were able to record that day. We've got the dowels here. These are all the dowels. Jonathan is beating a dog and fixing to beat me. We're gonna take all the, damn it! We're gonna peel all the stickers off before we spray paint. Okay, so after you spray paint the dowels, you're gonna want to hang your command hooks where you want your curtains to be. So our windows are big as F, so I have to get a ladder to reach them. And you want to measure, these curtains are 84 inches, and our windows are 72. So you want to make sure you put the hooks up high enough that the curtains aren't going to drag the floor. So we've already put up the ones in the kitchen. And now we moved on to the dining room, and I'm just finishing up here.
So safe.
Safety first. But actually, I'm gonna have to get down because I can't reach. I guess I could. These command hooks are rated to hold 5 pounds, up to 5 pounds. And so with 2 of them, and the dowel and the curtain, they should be able to hold it no problem. Is that about right? Sure. We're professionals here, so we measured before we placed. We did not eyeball it. Eyeball it. We just measured the level, tape measure, and then we. Okay, so the next step after you spray paint the dowels and you put up the command hooks is you need to, we're using drawer pulls for the ends of the dowels to hold the curtains on. So you need to hot glue them on. Why is this one crooked? So this is to give the wood a finished look, and also to help keep the curtains from slipping off. If the dowels were to, it's to keep the dowels from slipping off of the command hooks, is what I'm trying to say. There we go. They don't have to be perfect, but you want them to be on there.
Of course not. That's extreme cleavage.
Really? Okay, so we're done. The last step after you put on the little knobs on the dowels to hold them up is to actually put the curtains onto the dowels, and that's it. One of the things that we did have to change from what I recorded previously was attaching the command hooks. Unfortunately, on our walls, they're textured walls, and the command hooks just did not want, the strips did not want to stick to our wall. So I actually ended up hot gluing them to our walls. So probably not the best solution, and if you don't have textured walls, you should be able to get the command hooks to stick, because the dowels and everything are not heavy at all. And these command hooks were rated to hold 5 pounds, I believe, or maybe even 10 pounds. There's different like ratings for the command hooks. So we did have to hot glue them to the wall, and that was a risk that we you know, we understood the consequences of our actions, but hopefully most of the time hot glue just easily pops off when it's been on something for a long time and it doesn't damage our walls too much. But in the case that it does, we are prepared to obviously fix that before we move out. So the reason why we did this project is because we wanted to lower the temperature in our home, hopefully trying to cool it off more. And so I did an experiment following the day and like 3 days after. And if you've already subscribed to my Instagram, you've probably already seen these clips, but here are the clips from those 3 days. So yesterday, Jonathan and I put up all these curtains because our house gets ridiculously hot. Like, it'll be like 82 degrees in our house. So we're hoping that this will help with the temperature, and I'm gonna be keeping up with it today. So we keep our thermostat set on 72, and currently it is 72, and it's 9:04. All right, it's still 72 and it's 10:28. I'm fixing to go run some errands. We'll see what it is whenever I get back. All right, just got back from the grocery store and it is 11:58 and it's still 72. I'm excited. Now I will say that it does feel warmer in here. It doesn't feel as cool as it did like first thing this morning. It'll probably go up from 72. That's to be expected though. But 80, 81, 82 is not okay. We'll see. All right, so we're at 1:30 and it's now 76. Actually, holy shit. It was 75 right before I started recording and now it's 76. So it's going up, but hopefully it doesn't go any higher than that. Okay, it's 3:16 or 3:17, just changed, and it's 78. So starting to lose hope. We'll see. 78 still bearable if it doesn't get any higher than that. I stay at 78. Well, it's 5:36 and it's 80 degrees. The only good thing is it doesn't feel like it's 80. So I guess it did some good. But why is it 80? I think tomorrow or tonight I'll turn it down to 68 and then try again tomorrow and see if having it on 68 helps. Okay, update on the thermostat. So it's 7:10 and it's 79. So I feel like it's better because normally it stays 80 for a while. So it was only 80 for about an hour, from about 5:30, and then whenever my brother came out, it was like 6:45. It was already down to 79. So I guess that's better than normally being like 80 for like 4 hours. So how many of y'all are watching this thermostat drama going on in my house? Are y'all like super invested? Because I'm gonna keep doing it at least for today, and maybe tomorrow. So this is the last one for the day. It got up to 80 quicker, but it came down from 80 faster. So I don't know where we're at right now. All right, guys, so it's 2 o'clock and it's 71 degrees. If you remember from the previous 2 days, by 2 o'clock, it would be like 75, 76, 77. So I don't know. So it is a cloudy day, but it's been cloudy the past 2 days as well. It's windier today than it has been because we have that tropical system in the Gulf, and I live on the Gulf in Houston. So my freaking mind is blown. So it's 4 o'clock and it's 73. Does that mean that 68 works? I don't know. So my neighbor was outside and I was telling him about my air condition, and he thinks it's just because today was not as hot. Stupid little tropical depression thingy skewed up my scientific results. What am I gonna do? It's 81 degrees. It's on 68. Like, I'm dying. So unfortunately, it looks like we did all this work for nothing, and our air condition is still not able to cool our house. I don't know what else we can do. We've really done everything that we can on our end. We changed our filters regularly. Now we've installed curtains to try to help with the light, you know, the sunlight getting into the home. We've tried having our thermostat lower. I mean, we put in the box fan in the hallway trying to cool, because it's only the living room and like it's only the common areas that get so hot. The back bedrooms are so comfortable, and you can, I mean, you can go back there right now and it's, the temperature is totally different than it is in the inside, in this common space of the home. So we put a box fan in the hallway trying to pull that cool air into the, you know, common space. And of course my dog is drinking water right now. There's not anything else that we can do on our end to try to keep our house cooler. So we're just gonna be suffering through the summer, which really sucks because it just started and Houston stays hot for a long time. The positive thing is these curtains look freaking amazing. I love them. John loves them. You know, Rylan and Dominique both think they look really nice. They add to the, like, I don't know, feel of our home. It's really nice in here now with the decorative curtains covering up the mini blinds. But unfortunately, they were not as functional as we had hoped they would be in terms of cooling our home down. But it's still a very good DIY project. The curtains still look fabulous, and I did it for like less than $150. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the project that I didn't cover, feel free to leave it down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button. Please click it. Please click, I did so much work. Just click that thumbs up button for me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.